Welcome back to Tell the Truth. Panel and audience, you know the way the game is played. Our three ladies here all claim to be the real Edeline Wood. Two are lying, and only one has signed a statement swearing to tell the truth. So please open up the affidavit you have in front of you. Follow along with me as I read the sworn testimony of the real Edeline Wood. I, Edeline Wood, have spent a lifetime gathering and preparing wild foods, like the ones our first settlers depended on. Since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, my mother made fast food of critters that weren't fast enough, like squirrels and muskrats. Over the years, I have perfected hundreds of recipes and collected them in my books that are nuts to soup compendiums of medicinal plants, funny stories, and wild foods from every state. People go buggy for my wasp larva hors d'oeuvres. My most talked about recipe is the one that I prepared for you, my earthworm cake. Or if you like feasts that are less movable, sample my vegetarian roadkill jam cake. And if you don't agree that these are the best wild foods you've ever eaten, I'll eat crow. Signed, Edeline Wood. Okay. Panel and audience, these three ladies all claim to be the real wild food cook. Which one is it? Meshach Taylor, start us off.
Thank you, John. Number one, where are you from?
Parkersburg, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, where are you from?
West Virginia.
Okay, all right. So, number three, how do you prepare squirrel?
Well, after you skin it, you really do it almost like you do chicken. You can fry it or you can broil it.
Okay, number two, how do you prepare possum?
I think first I'd catch him and then pin him up.
Okay, number one, if you had a raccoon, how would you prepare that?
Pretty much the same way. You skin it, and I don't do my own skinning. I have someone else do that for me. I boil it.
Are you too squeamish to skin it? You can eat worms, but no.
You can't skin that dead creature.
All right. Paula Poundstone.
Go ahead.
Worm cake.
Go ahead.
And?
It's good.
Crunchy.
No, it's not crunchy, but it's a little wiggly on your tongue. Number two, are there any parts of the squirrel you can't eat other than the fur and the bones?
I think that you wouldn't eat the head.
That is very humanitarian of you, number two. You would. So when you go to catch it, you go, come here, little squirrel, I'm not going to eat your head. Number three, who is it that you've served the wasp larva hors d'oeuvres to, and how angry were they?
Well, when you have guests at your home and you want to do something extra, that's kind of a nice thing to pull out and bring out to serve to your guests. And it's a conversation piece for sure.
I'll bet you.
Yeah. All right, and now our own version of Let Mikey Try It. Grab a little worm cake, but this time I want you to respond as Christopher Walken would, as Christopher Walken eating worm cake. Go ahead, sir.
I like worms. I like cake. There's no reason why I shouldn't like worm cake. Not bad. It's okay. Except I think I got the bird as well. Question number one. Seriously, is there a bug or a animal that you can't eat that might be deadly?
Well, yes, there are some that are deadly. Well, for me, I'm allergic to snails. So I used to eat snails, and I don't eat them anymore.
Number three, is there a type of bug that you can't eat that's deadly?
Well, you'd have to, if you're not sure of the bug, then you'd have to get some information on it before you use it.
Which is what I was attempting to do, sure. Number two, do insects cook at a different temperature than, let's say, the animals?
No, I wouldn't.
So none of you really know what you're talking about. This is a rule of thumb.
You were on such a roll there. Cindy, how about that?
Okay, number two, so how do you kill a possum?
Well, most people know how to kill animals, but as far as a possum goes, you can sometimes run over them.
You gotta build a little lead time into preparing dinner, don't you? I mean, we're gonna be eating at 6. Get on the freeway at 9 to see if you can get yourself a cat.
Okay, number 3, how do you get the wasp larva?
Oh, it's in a little
Jar?
and then you just open it up, and then you can take it out.
Okay.
All right. All right. Quite mercifully, the bell has sounded. Time is up. And time for our celebrity panel to lock in their votes without discussion. And I really mean without discussion. Is it number 1, number 2, or number 3? We'll be right back. We're going to find out how everybody voted and who the real wild food cook is right here on To Tell the Truth.
Arrest and trial at 1. Judge Mills Lane at 1:30. Judge Joe Brown at 2 o'clock. In Your Face Afternoons. Today on UPN 50. Up next on UPN 50, it's Ricky Lake.
You are 27 years old. When are you going to grow up and, detach from mom?
Are there secrets being kept from you? Find out today. Call me now for your free reading.
1-800-949-8373.
All right, welcome back to Tell the Truth. One of our challengers is the real wild food cook, Edeline Wood. We're going to pay $1,000 for every incorrect vote. We are just having too much fun with this story. Meshach Taylor, for whom did you vote?
Thank you, John. Well, number 1 just looks like that she'd be scared of bugs. So I couldn't go with her. Number 3, that explanation about where you get the wasp larva from was very interesting. But I don't think it was correct. Number 2, however, has that West Virginia look. The accent is there, and I just think that she would know something about it. So number 2 is
Number 2, all right. All right, Paula.
I'll tell you something. Number 2 is a con and a liar. She has a background in some of the more evil goings-on in the world. I don't trust number 2. I can't believe we're all even in the room with her right now. Number two just got back from a 7-state killing spree. Look at her. I believe it's number 1, and number 1, save yourself. Get away from her. This is a little worm-shaped one. He said, don't make me into a cake, please.
Michael Berger.
You all three have me completely baffled. I really don't think any of you know what you're doing. But obviously 1 is the real deal. Number 3, I don't buy it. Number 2, you're so endearing, and when you say you have to prepare the food, and how do you do it? Well, you get a truck and run it over. It just seems to me, if you're having a lot of guests over, honey, get the truck. We've got 9 more coming. Let's look for a squirrel. You know how Bob loves for seconds, So number 1, I think there's a quirky way about you, and I got a glimpse, and I see a squirrel over there somewhere. I say number 1 is you.
All right, Cindy.
Okay, I also have no idea. Number 2 was so adorable, and you made me laugh. But number 1 makes the best bug, so I'm going to go with
All right. Celebrity votes are in. Time now to see how our audience voted. All right. Ooh, very strong vote for number 1. And it's time now to find out which one of our players is the real wild food cook. Will the real Edeline Wood please stand up? Oh, boy. Rarely has a guest inspired this strong a reaction on the show. All right, let's meet our team of imposters. You did a great job and a real fun story. Number 1, almost everyone thought it was you. You got 4 votes. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Fairly Toll, and I'm a retired real estate broker.
Oh, Fairly Toll. And number 3 did a nice job. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Ola Horn, and I'm retired from First Interstate Bank.
Thank you both for being with us.
Wait a minute. We have Fairly Billy Tull and Ola Horn on the same show?
And I let that slip by, didn't I?
All of their albums.
All right. Edeline, you have a book here. Yes, you do. It's called A Taste of the Wild. And boy, I do mean wild. I think your sequel should be Use Your Vehicle as a Kitchen Industry. Well, we had a lot of fun with this story. Thank you so much for being with us.
Cheers.
And boy, did you do well.
Yeah.
4 incorrect votes, $4,000 split among the 3 of you, bringing us to the end, sadly, of another show. I say goodbye to Meshach Taylor, Paula Poundstone, Michael Berger, and Cindy Margolis. John O'Hurley saying, see you next time on To Tell the Truth.
Now with news.
Would you like to play more? Go to uproar.com.